Hi guys, I found this video from this girl. Her name is Pimrypie, she's Thai. Her video is in Thai but it touched my heart so much that I have to share this with you. I'll do my best to help explain what's going on so you can follow along. Pimrypie is known for her kind heart. She tries to help everyone she comes across. Today she and her crew were on the way to a meeting somewhere but got a little lost, so they stopped for a quick bite at a local gas station. Upon ordering some food, Pimrypie noticed a homeless man sitting alone in front of the store. He asks if she could get him some tiger balm. It's customary for the homeless to ask for things in Thailand. You don't have to do anything for them, of course, but it's just something they do. So Pimrypie says sure and also gives him 30 baht as well. As she approaches the old man, she notices his hand. She gasps and asks him what happened to his hand. The man said it got injured from a big spider bite and that he was lucky to be alive. She asks if it hurts, and he says yes, of course it does. She asks for his name and about his relatives. Here they're talking about Germany, Russia, and Argentina, which is a little confusing to me, but the man says that his nationality is Russian and Argentinian, and he's here in Thailand because Germany did not want him or want to help him. He tells Pimrypie that he was a football player and made 200,000 baht salary, and that he is also making 50,000 per month. She goes along with this. Then he tells her the digits of his bank account 3 times. She asks him to repeat again and again to test him, but he repeats the same 9-digit 3 times perfectly. She's not sure what to do at this point. She then tells the man that she will help him. She asks if he's eaten. He says he'll use the money she just gave him to buy some food and then thanks her. Pimrypie then talks to her crew to come up with a plan. She wants to treat his hand, find him a place to live, then try to find any of his relatives. They will find any government shelters that can take him in as well. She says she wouldn't sleep if she doesn't help him. So Pimrypie and her team begins working the phones to make some calls to get the man some help. From what they could gather, the police may be able to help get him into a shelter, but the process will be slow. But at least the police will come check his condition and maybe help get him to a hospital to treat his hand. She asks if he has an ID. He gives her his national ID and even his credit card. With his ID they can find his last registered address and maybe contact some relatives. They debate whether they should wait for his relatives, because what if they don't want to take him in, but ultimately thought it was best to wait for his relatives. They were able to contact a woman named Pat, who is his older sister. They asked her to come meet them with her brother here, but Pat was hesitant. Pimrypie sensed that it was a money issue and told Pat not to worry and that someone will come pick her up. It was going to be about a 5-hour car ride and they have to wait for Pat. She's in no mood to eat and walk around and wishes Pat could be here at this moment. She cancels her other appointments for the day. She greets Pat and Pat thanks her for her help. They are so overwhelmed to see the man and thanks Pimrypie once again for her help. They wish her great health and wealth for being a kind human being. She asks the man if he knows or remembers who these people are. He said, "That's my teacher, that's my old babysitter, and that was a man that helped me before." When asked if he knows who Pimrypie is, he said that she is a newscaster from Germany, which isn't true. When asked about his hand, he said it's a dragon's claw. Pimrypie says let's go treat it. His teacher tells Pimrypie that his sister passed the exam to become a teacher, so this inspired him to become a policeman. But unfortunately he didn't pass the exam, so he asked his mother if he could have 50,000 baht, but being poor rice farmers they could not give him the money. His mother tells him if he can't achieve his dreams to become a police officer, then to just forget about it. When asked if he still remembers about wanting to be a policeman, he says that he can be so much more than that. His sister then explains that he overthinks things a lot, he has strong beliefs but lost his way. This is the 3rd time that he has left home and disappeared to be on his own like this. He says that if he stayed home the spider would have killed them all, so he had to leave. He left for 5 months the first time, then for another 3 months the second time. People that tried to help were able to search online to find his relatives those times. But this is the 3rd time, and he just seemed to disappear. She tells him that your relatives have been looking for you. He understands, but he said that if he didn't leave the spider would have killed them all. Pimrypie gives them 10,000 baht to bring him to the hospital to take care of his hand. She asks her crew to bring them all home together, and reminded his sister to take care of his hand first. She wants to make sure that they take care of his hand and that it's a priority. They can share the money but take care of his hand. They thanked her in tears as she thanked them in return and waved them goodbye.